that's enough. That'll work. That'll work.
Why are you worried about a phone?
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with you?
I don't even know where mine is.
Did
It's been a
you
little rough.
change the device? Because I didn't check which server we're on.
No, the device has been changed.
Okay.
It was the right one, I think.
Hey, we're on, and guess who's on first?
Oh, who's on first?
Marcus.
Hey, Marcus.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
welcome,
Marcus.
welcome. Oh, it's been a pretty eventful day. I've been busy and running around, and we are busy with a bunch of stuff. So it's been a little busy, and I'm supposed to be doing things here, and I'm not getting to these things because I'm busy with other things. So I was on a podcast called Disaffected. You guys should check it out.
Yes.
So
They'll
before
be live tonight.
yeah, so before we go there, so good afternoon, goeiemiddag. We are broadcasting live. So if I make a mistake, it's on camera. So we are broadcasting live from behind our retail store in what used to be our kitchen, where we ran our restaurant from. So you're going to hear ding dongs, you're going to hear our children probably, you might hear staff running around here, and all kinds of things will happen. So what happens, who knows, because it is actually live. So welcome in, and yeah, let the fun and games begin. We're going to cook a picanha today. We're going to actually just finish it off on the fire. I have it in this machine of mine.
What is that machine?
That machine is a sous vide.
Sous vide.
Yes.
That is exactly what it looks like. Why they call it sous vide, I do not know.
It's a sous vide machine. So
wait,
this is an expensive machine. That is French. The same guys that. No, that's Italian.
That's Italian. Dang it.
This
what do they sound like?
This is the professional ones. I don't know. It sounds weird. So this is the professional one. That's not something you'll see in a normal house. That thing's like $4,000 or something stupid. But you can do a sous vide with cheaper, like just a bucket of water and a little sous vide. What do they call them? I guess a probe, and it'll circulate the water and it'll kind of control the temperature. This thing, I put like 3 or 4 steaks in here, and it doesn't even blip in temperature. It just keeps the same. So we have been sous videing the steak. I guess now where are we? Yeah, probably about 5.5 hours. It's been in there.
Only.
So it should be very tender. It's a picanha, so that thing is going to be soft to start with, and it's a Wagyu picanha, which is even better. So I'll pull it out. I'll show you guys what it looked like.
Are you going to pull out your meat again?
I have to pull out my meat. That is my job. That is all I do.
What we do here.
That is all I do is pull out meat all day long and put it in people's mouths.
Meat.
Yes. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like. I did salt and pepper mine before I put it in the sous vide, and then I'm just going to finish it off on the fire. Talking about fire, let me go light that thing so it can actually prepare and get ready. So I'm going to put...
So while he plays with the fire, I'm going to go ahead and all know of biltongusa.com. I've got our biltong powder here. If you have not tried this stuff, it is phenomenal. Anton made a biltong soup a few weeks ago, and this is one of the ingredients inside. So biltong powder is biltong in its absolute driest form, ground down. You can see how fine it is. I don't know if you can really see that clearly, but it is powder fine, almost like flour, but meat. So please keep in mind this does have the spices in it, has everything of the biltong goodness minus the fat. Cannot have the fat when you grind down the meat, otherwise it burns up in the machine anyway. So we do take the fat off of it. Don't worry, it doesn't go to waste. We consume that fat, thankfully. But don't forget, on Biltong USA, you can use code S.T.F. 10 for 10% off on your biltong. Look at groupings, couplings of items. We have a few set items on there, and I think, when are we getting our sponsors items up? Has anybody said yay or nay, or
no, they haven't. So yeah, we want to do. I'm just gonna stick my hands in the water here in front of the camera. So we want to do the meat selections per like podcaster.
Yes.
So we want to do a.
But we want to make sure that they're comfortable with what we're attaching to their name or persona.
Yeah, so you can basically buy what is X podcaster's favorite setup. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't had feedback yet, but we'll do some work. It's been a little crazy, so
maybe by March.
Yes.
I mean, it's really not that far away. 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So
give us a couple of weeks. We'll have those out there.
Okay, that shouldn't take too long. So here's here's what we've been busy with. So we have our parking layout set. We need permits. Now, oh, I was wondering what that was doing there.
I was playing with the building powder.
So we are on the highway. So that requires Texas Department of Transport permits. And they need to tell us what they will allow us to do to get into the property. So we have to comply to whatever their requirements are because they own the frontage road.
We're connecting to the frontage
and
road.
we're connecting to the frontage road on 287. So we need to get permission from TxDOT for what we want to do, or at least do what they want us to do. So we've submitted, we had permits last year, but I looked at them and they didn't look 100% right. So we have submitted our drawings and we are waiting for feedback. So we can't start the process of access before we have permits from TxDOT. So that is what we were busy with some of this week. And then I find it's difficult if you don't have a building to put your equipment in to produce built-up. So I've been hunting, and I mean, I've found a few and I've been talking, but it's interesting how hard it is to move a temporary building. One would think they make this easier.
A temporary building to be moved?
Yes,
huh.
but it's very complex to actually get this thing up in the air on a truck and moved. So I have been dealing with numerous people. I have gone and looked at numerous buildings, and I have found and then unfound and then refound and then cancelled, and you know, so it's been a big up and down mission. So an hour further south than we should be could be significant costs in terms of just moving that thing on a highway because it moves real slow. So like an hour's travel translates into 4 hours with escorts.
And police escorts, because it's got to be done correct.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. So that makes things really difficult. So I have now found Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
I found buildings that we can actually get our hands on, because everybody has buildings, and then when you start talking to them about where you want them, and then suddenly complications. And then to find someone, because everybody's like, yeah, I move buildings, and you're like, all right, this is what it looks like. And they're like, well, I don't move those buildings. You need like a bigger building mover for those buildings. And I'm like, I don't understand. This is like the building. I thought you moved them. You know, can you just like take it from there and put it there? But no, it's complicated. So I found a guy that's got buildings for us, and he has them in hand, and he is not far from where we are, so he can get them there. So
now we found a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, so we can get the thing that we want from the guy that knows the guy.
Yes, it's complicated. And while we talk about the complications, I'm going to make some pop.
And you're going to say hi to whomever else has come in.
Yes, who else has come in?
We've got some awesome people. We got Sign of Jonah.
Hey, Sign of Jonah.
Pie,
okay, and Slidey Pie. Awesome.
American First.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome. That's like a nice crowd. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone.
Audio is struggling. That is not nice. And Bright Can News. Hey. Is everyone else having trouble with audio today? That's not nice. I'll check out Anton's mic. It may just need an off and an on. And Ubik, welcome. They say your mic is struggling.
My mic.
Your mic.
It's possible.
Then I shall trade you mics and I will fiddle with this one.
All right, that is possible. I don't know why it's struggling, but...
Well, how much of that should we repeat? You know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy? And hopefully we get a building?
Yeah, right. Okay, that's a little short. I just want to grab a little more water here. There we go. A little bit of... So my kids don't want the coarse pop. They want a like a breakfast edition, because they want to be spoiled today apparently. So...
Okay, they did at least hear you. It was just a little broken. but Marcus said he had to kind of reboot his stuff on his end.
Okay.
I will say, when you start the stream from the very beginning, from the reel, it seems to not like to start up clearly.
Yeah, but I've had that on so many people.
Yes.
Like big guys that have like I have to like reboot. Like I'll go
As it
in.
starts.
Yeah, I'll go in and I'll wait, and then it either doesn't start up, or when it does start up, it's like wonky, and then I reboot. Like I just reload my browser. You know, that one particular window, I reload it, like I refresh, and then it's fine. But like what I find on Rumble is sometimes I gotta reload it 5 or 6 times before the video will return.
Yes. Yes.
Like the chat runs, but the video is like right at the beginning. It doesn't progress. It doesn't go live, and then I've got to refresh, and then eventually it'll pop up. And sometimes, like I'm about to hit refresh, and it'll pop up, and I'll hit refresh because I'm too impatient. Because I don't know.
I never have that problem. I'm never impatient.
Yes. So anyway, so we've had some challenges in terms of just like the general. So here's the thing. We are in the unincorporated, which means we are in the what we would call the bundus, which is like out in the sticks.
A whole lot of nothing. It's
yes,
beautiful.
we have power. That's it. So we got to put the septic for the poo, because otherwise problems. And that's one thing that's pretty strictly regulated by the county and the state, as far as I understand. So that's got to be right.
Because you don't want to contaminate.
Yes, you don't want to contaminate the grounds and stuff. And then we've got to put a well with a pump so we can get the water and stuff out and, put water by the taps. And then we've got to put a building so we have a little, hut that we can make biltong in. And then we have to put access so people can actually get in and out there. And we don't want to do a half-assed job on any of it. So, it's a little pricey. So buy biltong because it's expensive.
Yes.
And then we can bring the prices down, or at least not go up anymore because we own it. So that's the whole plan is.
We will reassess.
Yeah, we can reassess when we're out there, but at least we'll be in better control of costing because right now, like things fluctuate so badly. It becomes real expensive. So anyway, we're going to make some pop. I've got a very nice picanha. I've got some other steaks, but they are not the main.
Thank you for saying the word, which is piranha with a lisp, because there's a question, what is picanha? So obviously it's piranha with a lisp.
We know picanha, as far as I understand, as a rump steak. Now, these are not very thick. Normally, you get them a lot thicker. These are pretty thin, but these are Wagyu. So they, I guess, 2.5, 3 inches. And it's basically the cap that sits on top of the sirloin. It's very tasty. Very tasty.
Fat.
Yeah, we got the one.
Fat.
So I used to get some of these that were trimmed.
Colette.
Colette, yeah.
Colette.
And then I used to buy them, and I was like, no, the fat. And then I had one with a fat, and I was like, yeah, I'm never ever eating it without the fat again. That's that good. So I got it in here. I will pull it out in about 15 minutes, and then we will get it ready and prepped so we can actually throw that on the fire. In the meantime, I'm going to put some pop over here, so I need a mixy and a machine.
Mixy, not a drill in the kitchen.
No, we don't have drills here. We only have mixers.
Very dainty mixture.
Yes. Yeah, so we make sure we don't break things. There we go.
Hopefully you guys can at least hear that, the revving of the drill. Mixer.
And we got a little, a few other bits and pieces. So there's a few touch-ups we got to do on our home before that goes into the market. And so I had to meet some people out there. And all I see right now is a very empty bank account.
So buy biltong.
Yes, because it's like the train is fed by my bank account to keep this little locomotive going. It's just like, it doesn't eat coal, it eats cash. So interesting experience.
Yes. Now, Ubik did ask how everyone is feeling. Hopefully better.
I've still got a bit of a, you know how I know things are getting better? When I don't wake up and I feel like a Rottweiler because I'm fucking barking at everything. So I didn't feel like a Rottweiler yesterday and today. It's positive. Less coughing. I'm still wheezy chest though.
Yeah.
I'm still wheezy chest. Kind of tightness. I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm feeling 100% better than last week. Yes, last week I did not feel good. So progress, and hopefully this will get sorted soon. Don't you want to pass me those things?
I would
wanna at
love
least show
to.
that.
Okay, let's start with the smaller ones.
Okay, yes.
So
This one is okay. We will keep that one.
Yes.
But so Mr. Viva Fry has a book out. I bought one. I sent it to Mr. Viva, and I asked him to please sign it for me. So I'm very proud to have a signed copy of Louis the Lobster from Viva. So, and then thank you very much. And then yeah, you could just show them those. So we got Viva sent us some books.
The Brain coloring book. And
Yes.
This is by his beautiful wife.
Yes.
So really neat. She did postmark a page for us, which is avocado neuron. So I absolutely love that. As soon as I saw that, I thought of one of our awesome customers who is a physician locally, who believes in keto diet for his customer or his patients, and he always encourages them to consider diet before they do extreme changes. And his favorite picture of his meals, because obviously he does what he says, he eats this type of diet, is to pull out his phone, show them a huge steak with half of an avocado. Can you eat this? If you can eat this, then we can keep talking.
Yeah.
Couldn't help myself but think of him as soon as I saw that.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah. So thank you, Oop, for asking. It's going better. All right. So I'm gonna. This is basically
you
boiling.
have no overhead camera. It is
No,
somewhere else.
the overhead camera is outside by the fire because that's where most of the action is going to be. I wanted to bake a bread. I wanted to do a bread, do some dough, put some cheese in it, and then put it in a cast iron pot and stick it on the fire. But then I got so busy today with all the other stuff that I got sidetracked and I couldn't make the bread because I had to run out to my house to go meet the guy that's going to fix a bunch of stuff for us. You know, just touch ups and make sure it looks good for selling it. And so then he ran 30 minutes late, so that just ate my time. And then, like I said, I was on the podcast with Josh from Disaffected, which will be live tonight, which we just kind of started talking about.
You didn't say that, so tell them now about Josh from Disaffected, who's live tonight.
So another podcast we've been working with for quite some time, probably about 8 months now. Something like that.
It was, it was in the summer. Yes, it was summertime, so about 8 months.
Yes, about 8 months. So they have a podcast called Disaffected.
We've been watching it for about 8 years.
Yeah, we've actually been watching it a long time. Probably 3 or 4 years. Yeah, probably 3 years.
More than that. It's about 6 years.
Okay, but anyway, we've been watching it a long time. And we reached out to them and said we would like to sponsor the podcast. We'll put a bit of butter in here because butter makes everything better. Just get an idea of how much I'm putting in here.
Can never do too much butter. I'm just going to throw that out there. Add butter to your butter.
Yes. So we'll do about 4 tablespoons. So anyway, so I reached out to Josh and said, listen, man, we like to sponsor some podcast guys. Are you guys into that kind of thing? Would you like it? And they were very happy because they kind of a little bit more controversial. Mm-hmm. So they have a hard time with sponsors, like, anybody that's controversial. So of course, that's our potatoes and
area of
meat.
Expertise.
What is it? That's exactly what
we are
do.
Controversial.
Yeah, anybody that's like half controversial, we are on them, man.
Yes.
We like or at least not controversial, but people who speak the truth. We are normally
is controversial.
Yes,
this
apparently
day and age.
it's like a thing now. But anyway, so
watch tonight, Femboy, because you will see Anton discussing with Josh.
Yes.
It'll be a great episode. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, so that ate all my time to make the bread because I was having these visions. Not that I can eat it, I can dream, but I can't indulge. I was having this vision of this nice bread in a cast iron pot, the lid on, with cheese in it, and then like opening, putting it up, and then cutting a wedge out of it and having like the cheese bits inside melted. Oh, it would have been spectacular, but I can't do that because I don't have time. So we'll just do a picanha, which I will definitely devour tonight. I don't know if my kids are going to have any of the picanha.
So, Femboy asks, if you are going to cry and tell us how, I am really a cluster B person. Quite the contrary.
Yes, but thank you. And yes, so you know exactly.
Really, I loved that one.
Exactly who you were talking about.
I understand people better and I will stay away from them more.
Yes. Well, it's just, you know, why I like shows like that, it's not that it makes me understand people as much as government.
Yes. Yes.
Just FYI.
Who is in those lovely hot seats, which are turning up the fire lately, and I think people have been jumping out of them.
Yeah, I like. You know what? I always liked Dodge. Now I like it even more.
I know. Whenever I see the term Doge, all I think is Dodge, and I had a beautiful Dodge vehicle not too long ago. Before we had to upgrade to a bigger van because, of course, nowadays. But I miss my Hemi. I miss my V8. I miss the rumble it used to make. I am not going to lie. The Mercedes is absolutely beautiful. It's such a smooth, sleek car, but it doesn't rumble. It doesn't growl at me. I like things that growl, and I miss my Dodge. That was absolutely phenomenal car. So I had to throw that out there. Little sentiment from before. But no, I'm not a cluster B person. I do not think so. I think I have passed that test for now, at least. And if you guys don't know about that episode, it's on Disaffected. It's actually really neat to learn about personalities. So that's what Femboy is referring to there.
All right. So that's
You're going to pull out your meat again? Or are you going to show off?
I'm going to have to show off the meat. So I've done the like plain steaks a few times. So everybody knows what they like. And I'll pull them out. Because I made some steaks as well that I've had.
I'm sure it's a little toasty. Probably not to you.
Oh no, this is like
hot bath water.
No, yeah, like hot bath water.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wait, is it on camera? I'm poking the meat.
Yeah, this is 125, so you're looking at medium rare. All right, so
show them this lovely triangular meat.
Of course,
here.
I leave
no scissors.
No scissors, of course.
Oh man,
so,
I did save them for you.
Yeah,
I'm sure you saw.
So let me chop this thing open. I'm gonna move the books. I don't want to take any chance with anything getting on those. All right.
Splash radius.
Yeah, we can. So grab the table. That's it. I'll move it over. That's fine.
Okay. Do you want to hold it up and show them before you?
Yeah. So this is in the vacuum seal. This has been in the sous vide for just over 5.5 hours, I guess. Yes. Right. And then I'm gonna take a tongs and pull it out with the tongs so I can leave juice behind. And then I want to stick a probe in that guy just to see
what we're running. If it made it all the way through.
Yeah, it should. It should be good. Right.
All right, now we got all the boys talking about their cars.
Oh, good. I like cars.
Anton's a big car guy.
Yeah, I am ignoring cars for the most part because I don't have money for cars right now.
Because the money is in the train at the moment?
Yes.
That's
it's
my idea.
Incinerated.
Did I not start this whole thing? It likes to remind me. Remember all that money you earned for us?
Yeah. All right. So there we go.
Beautiful.
All right. Let's do that and that. So this is soft, man.
Yeah.
So
it smells really nice.
If you guys can get any idea, this is like Jello almost. So let's see where we're at. 123.8, 123.6, 123.8. So that's real good. So what we want to do, the fire outside is very hot. So I'm going to try and just pat this guy dry a little bit.
Is it still blotting when you are doing that to meat? Or what is that called?
That is called tapping.
Not blotting.
Not blotting. I'm tapping the meat.
Just like I hope you all tap that like button for us. I saw we were at 007 earlier. Thank you for the update, Femboy.
All right, there we go. So we just want this kind of pat dry. And I've already got pepper on there. So I'll put those
So our kids were inquiring if people used to eat meat rare in the past.
Or raw, actually.
Yes, raw. So this would satisfy said questions at the moment, because I think I could eat this guy as is. It smells so nice.
Yeah, that smells very good. So I'm just putting some Celtic salt on here. I'll flip this guy over. All right. And we're literally going to finish this thing off on the fire. I have to put
Harry Toe is in.
Hey,
It's
Harry
been
Toe.
a minute.
Yeah. I have to put some more salt in this.
I laughed at you. I didn't blush. I just laughed. Femboy's being nonsense with the like button.
Of course he is. As he should be.
As he should be. No, Jody to play along.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
I know.
Jody hasn't been. He has not made a stream for quite some time. That's okay. People get busy. I know.
Life does happen.
Oh, life happens.
Life
all
is
the time.
interesting.
So there we go. Right. I'm not gonna give that too much. That's good. And then I've got another few steaks.
More meat.
More meat.
More meat for the meat man.
All right. So I'm gonna pull them out. And I think
The internet is not going Joe Biden again, because the internet is not on the same server it used to be.
Nope.
I think it is your internet, good sir.
yeah, our internet should be good. We've got a new router from a new ISP. Should be good. So these are just some cheapy steaks. This
I'll
is
go
what the
double
children
check.
will
Someone
eat.
else says it's freezing. Let me go
Okay.
see what's going on.
Go check what's going on. Just make sure it's on the AT&T. Pop it over. Should be on the AT&T.
We are on the correct provider.
It's
Unpossible. Yes. Unpossible is correct.
All right. I just want to leave, because this always makes moisture, so I just want to leave the moisture behind.
Bright Can News, thank you for your statement. I feel like that is every cyclist I've ever seen in the history of the world. And guess what? They all live here in this area, and they drive me insane in the membrane. He says, I feel sorry for you motorists. You guys have to obey stop signs. Unlike me, I'm a cyclist.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Spandex wearing, granola munching.
Please don't. Please don't. Don't wear your spandex. It's not in public.
All right.
Spandex are for behind closed doors.
Yes.
Did I tell you that Slidey Pie was on?
Yes, you said. I did
Okay.
say hi to Slidey
She's
Pie.
not piping in. She must be ignoring your boys' banter. At the
Yes.
moment.
Yes.
Good for her.
All right. Here we go. And I'm thinking I might actually just take this whole cutting board outside
I think that would be a great idea.
instead of trying to transfer it to a bucket.
Harry Joe, don't knock spandex till you try it.
Yeah, but it makes my knob look way bigger than it really is. That's
No
cheating.
false advertising
Yes,
here.
no
Your-
false
Your
advertising.
meat juices over
I'm sorry. Whenever I hear spandex, I always think of Eddie Murphy in, is it The Nutty Professor?
Yes.
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 I always
Oh.
think of it when I hear spandex. I just have Eddie Murphy in my brain when I
Those
hear
were the
spandex.
good days with those kinds of movies. I
Yeah,
do miss.
that was when humor was still a thing.
Yes.
You know.
I can't remember what you said we should be watching somewhere. I know it wasn't a movie, it was a TV show. But man, we don't have time for anything anymore.
Right, I'm gonna go check the fire, and then I might actually throw those things on there.
I think you're with the spandex on that. Those outfits, I cannot do that on a bicycle. That is not for me. I think I just would say I was always the walker versus the bikes. But bicycles, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. So if that is your mode of operation. Go for it. Be you. Who are we here to judge? We don't judge around here. We are just more libertarian side, and everybody do yourself. I like it. Do your own thing. We appreciate it. So this is a lot of meat I have in front of me. Have you guys gotten a decent look at it? Let me see if I can raise this so you can see. Hopefully I don't drop the meat in the process. This is a very full cutting board. That's 5 smaller steaks, and then the picanha. You can see how big it is compared to the rest of the cutting board itself. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I know. Okay, Utah real salt. Femboy says we need to check out that salt if that is something we can get our hands on.
Which
Utah
one is that? The
real salt.
Oh, Utah real salt.
That is not what I've heard of. I can't remember the one.
Baja Gold.
Say it
The one,
again.
Baja Gold.
Baja Gold. Is the other direction. Baja Gold is another one we wanted to look at, so I will have to of those. So thank you for mentioning the Utah again. Look, I'm taking a screenshot to say that I can actually save that information because I'm terrible at doing that while I have nowhere to write notes. Oh no. So Son of Jonah, whom are you asking to wear the Speedo at the meet and greet? No spandex in public. Don't go to the gym. The spandex goes places it wasn't meant to go. I'm not one for that type of attire. I'm not gonna lie. Anton knows that. I'm more of a jeans kind of girl. He is one of those guys wears like the cargo or style or jeans as well. We are not the form-fitting clothing people. When you're constantly working, it's hard to wear things like that. I think it's hard to multitask if you have to worry about where your clothing is headed in your body. Put it that way.
Yeah, we just got comfortable workwear.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to be out for a few minutes.
Okay.
That's not going to take long. And then I'll be right back.
Monitoring said fire?
No, meat's on the fire.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
Making sure it doesn't catch a light.
Yes.
Anton should really be talking about the meat while he's out there, but I know I cannot hear him, so he'll stay quiet. The one thing we learned with picanha, with that fat cap on the top, it does have risk of catching a light. So we've always warned our customers to be mindful of that whenever you have it on an open fire, whether it's wood or charcoal or what have you, to keep an eye on the meat itself. That fat dripping down the sides, melting, could cause actual flames, which may char the meat, of course. We didn't have an issue with it, but had that happen, I think one of the first couple times Anton made the meat, and it was interesting. He caught it pretty early on. It's still phenomenal. Now, the hardest thing I will say with the picanha is it is best when it rests. So I think the suggested rest time is at least 15 minutes once you pull it off of the fire, which is so hard to do. I don't know if you guys are like me and you don't go into a braai or barbecue, without a rumbling stomach. The point is to be hungry. So when that meat comes off, you want to eat it immediately. Not this one. If you give it about 15 minutes after it comes off the fire, the juices soak into the meat better. So as you cut, it doesn't just ooze out. It actually is in the meat itself, which is really nice and tender when it comes to eating everything. It's just a small amount of food. Small amount. Okay, Redmond's real salt. Yes. Thank you. I'll take a screenshot of that one too. Now, Bright Can News, did you send us pictures of your backyard? Because I did have somebody send me today. I wasn't sure. Now seeing your comment, I wasn't sure whom it was. I wanted to ask Anton if he knew. But now I wonder if it was you. Not meaning to rhyme here, but apparently I am. I'm glad to know you are under snow, though. We are experiencing mild winter weather currently here in Texas, and supposedly Wednesday we will be below freezing all day long. Now I have to chuckle because once again the powers that be are freaking out because we will hit a below 0 Fahrenheit, of course. Wind chill, which is entertaining because nothing's been sprayed in the skies at all this past week, you know? That's all I've seen. It's driving me nuts, but you know, it's not planned at all. Okay, thank you. I will check it out again and make sure Anton knows, because I don't know if he had a chance to see it. Of course, we didn't get to chat much before stream today. We were both running around a little bit. Hey, that's awesome, Sign of Jonah. He received one of the Sticks mugs. You guys give me a second, I'll show it to you, what the Sticks mugs look like. Sorry, you're hearing me clank in the back. So perfect for Sticks, adding a clank here and there. I've got the Sticks merch and Anton's merch. You'll see both the tumbler and mug. Mug is killer. I love the wraparound on his logo. I think that actually turned out really good. Our Land of Biltong and or Anton's, we did change all of our logo to our Walking Man. I don't know how much or how many of you actually know the story behind the Walking Man. When we first opened, we started the Africa logo, and we had a star placed at the bottom signifying southern portion of Africa, not specifically South African, but some pretty much the same types of foods. So that's what we were trying to guide people to think of. And one of Anton's friends' daughters drew this guy right here. The Walking Man is a famous cave painting in South Africa of the Bushmen. So she took this Walking Man, created it herself, recreated it, and we adopted that as our primary logo here. I think it was last year, potentially the year prior. It was on our mind for quite some time, though, to move over to the Walking Man. He's done very well and just more representative of what we are. We are meat people, and these guys, they were the ones who followed the meats. They were nomads. So wherever the meat were in the native days, they would just follow that and eat to thrive. So that's where all of our logo came from. Too. Thank you, Brightkin. I am a fan of it as well. I will say 16 ounces in either of the mugs, so you should not have issues with what you are drinking. But for me, I take the big guy. We don't hold back on the coffee around here. 3 to 4 of those a day. Isn't that normal? I have small hands, Sign of Jonah. That is the problem. That's why it looks big compared to my hands. It's not. It is a big mug, 16 ounces, but I think my hands probably don't help.
Right, that fire was angry.
Ooh.
Oh, very angry. Let me see where we at.
It smells so good.
You see, I'm gonna have to get this a little higher.
I thought you had a probe outside.
I did, but it made so much fire, and I was convinced it would be right.
Okay.
But no, that fire.
That's what I was talking about. The picanha and the fat cap, it drips around.
Yeah, and it just makes flames everywhere.
The flames. How about that one? That's not nice, Brightkin. That's not nice.
Sick.
So there's a saying in Afrikaans cultures, yeah. No, we won't mention that either. We don't speak those things out loud, okay? We don't do that. We enjoy our mugs for drinking, and that is all. Nothing else.
All right. I just doused the fire a little bit.
Okay.
Because that thing is angry right now. And I think this is just about done.
I was showing off our mugs and tumblers.
Oh, very nice.
Was saying he really likes the Sticks one.
Yes,
so I thought I'd put them both out. By the way, both of these are available on biltongusa.com. I will apologize, they are not available. But meat is, of course, so use S.T.F 10 for 10% off on your meat purchases. So this guy here, the powder, is available for, eligible, sorry, for the discount. So don't forget about that. He didn't wipe his probe because it was already clean. So you got to know the utensils you're working with, Femboy. So he'll probably wipe it after the fact, I'm sure, to make sure it is clean again for next use. And I know Anton mentioned this has been an interesting week. I will definitely back up that statement. We're hoping maybe this week will be a little calmer, but at the same time, I will not be upset if we have biltong orders going out the door, keeping me busy. I can never complain about shipping out good food to the people. So if you place orders over the weekend, I plan for Monday and Tuesday to be pretty busy. Lots of things going out for sure. So who's had our biltong? I know our Canadian friends have not, but does anybody have any favorites? Anything you've tried, liked? I know when I've had Neuro on, he's our peri peri guy. I'm not sure about anyone else. Slidey Pie, I can't remember what your husband thought, if he liked the meat as well, or if you guys decided if it's for you. No issues if it's not. We are still heavy on our carnivore diet, eating as much meat as possible, shall I say. We actually had one of our customers come in. I think you guys all know him as Sensei. Sensei has been eating his meat lately, upped his level, and has been off of insulin because of it. So that is so awesome. I love when I can hear about someone doing better and thriving because they've altered their diet a little bit. There's nothing better. 2 pounds. What kind, Sign of Jonah? What kind did you get? What kind did you like? See, I haven't learned who everyone is, so I may not always know the names whenever I'm shipping. Because I'm always packing the boxes. But if I don't have like an inkling, every once in a while, the emails will kind of match your screen name, so I may catch on who it is, and I'll share with Anton when I found out. Hey, Lemon, welcome in. Glad to have you. Don't worry that you're late. The meat has arrived.
Yeah.
You are just in time.
Whew. All right, that's got to rest for a few minutes.
Yes, I was explaining to them that you need about 15 minutes on that picanha.
Yeah, so because it's thick and the fire's real hot, it doesn't really cook inside, but it really sears it on the outside. So I think you're gonna be needed.
Yes. Here.
All right. So yeah. So oh, I can switch this guy off. So yeah. So what we do? That's why I sous vide it. So there's a few different ways you can do this. You can either do I've tried the indirect. So you put it over a water tray in your Weber, fire to the side, and then it's like a roast. But I find it not tough, but it's a little chewy if you do it that way. And then the problem is, like, so you want to kind of finish it nicely, and then you can do it in the oven. So you can basically put it in a cast iron pan or in an oven safe pan, and you can finish it off on the kind of sear it off on the range, and you can finish it in the oven, or you can sous vide it and basically get it to temp. Let me wash my hands, and then you can just finish it off on the fire, which I find is the best way. Because you can't really overcook it in the sous vide because it'll just stay at like 125, you know, it'll just stay at 125. So that to me, I think personally is the best way of doing it. So this thing is rested a little. We give
John, awesome. Then yes, I do know who you are. And Wagyu, yes. I would say Wagyu's our favorite too.
Yes, I do like the Wagyu.
Big fans of the Wagyu, for sure.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes. I have got a very tired monkey in my arms. So this one's been on the kick of I don't quite know when I want to sleep right now, or sleeping very short term. So he's a little exhausted.
Yeah, and he's also got the teeth bugging him, and so I'm gonna.
He only has 8 so far. Let's see how many more can come out.
Yes, all at once, you know. So let me. I think I'm gonna.
So Lemon asks, is picanha a cross between a pecan and piranha? I like it. Would you like a fork?
No.
No.
There we go. That is a nice looking steak, man. That is a nice looking steak. Yeah. Let me see if I can go show this to the camera.
Don't drip on the floor,
yeah,
please.
I'm trying. I'm dripping on me. So So that's the difference if you actually finish it on the fire versus a pan. I find a pan doesn't give it as nice a crust and it cooks it more than the fire. So I prefer just finishing on the fire. Sorry, I dripped behind you here.
Okay, I didn't step in it.
So, and then with the sous vide, of course, even if the steak quality is not that good, still tastes awesome.
You'll have to help me out.
I'm going to do that. There we go. Oh. Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That is juicy, man. Wow. Mm.
Very good. Yeah, we don't do the dry, hard, totally cooked steaks around here. No dead steaks.
I like Orange Man, but you can do better with these steaks. Just saying. Right.
It's so good. It made you do the robot dance.
Yeah. All right. So now, this is the picanha.
You didn't wait 15 minutes.
I know. No, I don't care. So that is. So let me see if I can like that. So
and it's not OnlyFans, it's only feet.
So that's what that guy looks like. So you can see when I squeeze it, the juice is running out of it.
Or is it only toes? I can't remember. What was our discussion before?
No, it's OF. Only feet.
Only feet.
Only
okay.
feet.
Only feet.
So, yeah, so you know, I think my fire was a little hot, but it is a little unpredictable. And just watch, because if you have the one with a cap, man, that thing likes to make big flames.
That's why he stayed out there. I'm well aware as to why that was necessary.
I have burnt one of these, like, badly.
I couldn't remember if you burned it or if you caught it.
It was still edible, but yeah, but it was, man, that thing was on fire.
Because you didn't know. We didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, I was yakking, and then the next moment I look over and it looks like I'm incinerating stuff.
They say you need a overhead cam above this cutting board right now. Because you're eating and enjoying.
I can arrange that.
Okay. Give us a moment, and there should be more cameras. And then you'll see all the juices flowing. This thing is gorgeous, by the way. That's one thing both Anton and I agree on, is the level of the cooked steaks. One thing, that's many things we agree on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to take a phone call. Give Anton just a second to come back in.
Sorry, much movement on the camera. Sorry, let me see.
No, we do not. We specialize in biltong. And I do have some steaks, but no ham.
Let me see if I can get this thing.
Steaks, but no ham. No, we do have some steaks in, not cured, but steaks in-house. Ribeyes, picanha is not cured.
Let me see. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make this thing not fall over.
Yes, we don't have that. You're welcome.
All right. I think that'll stand. So why don't you take a peek there and see? Whew.
No, they see all the juice.
Oh, this is very nice.
Why are you feeding yourself? I'm jealous. Don't I get a taste?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think this one's not going to sleep right now because he saw food.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna try?
This is so soft. That feels like fillet.
Mm-hmm.
What did you feed me, Dad? That's good stuff, man. Yeah, that's very nice.
That's wonderful.
That's good.
You want more? You want more? This one's gonna eat and pass out.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
you gotta
it
take
out.
that thing out, man. There we go.
There we go.
How's that? You just swallowed that. You didn't even chew that.
Yeah.
That went,
He's ready for more.
that just went straight down.
Feed me, Dad. Feed me.
Want some more? Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
No. May I have some? Me too.
You are after the kid. Yeah, that's good. Wow, this is nice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So your level of cookedness completely depends on you. Remember, this thing was at 125 already.
Yes.
But that's how I eat it. That is awesome. Wow.
And Neuro's come in, and Jody. Hey, guys.
So look at how soft that is.
Happy Sunday, gentlemen. You came in time to watch the meat squeezing the juice.
Yeah.
Come, if anybody knows the reference.
That is good. Nothing like some charcoal to put some flavor in meat.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of charcoal, you should actually tell them what we use. What kind of charcoal
Oh, we got an imported hardwood Namibian charcoal that I use for the fire, so you don't have to have as much. It's hot like you saw.
Super
Flames
hot.
everywhere. Yeah. So yeah.
You want more?
So you want some more?
I think so.
So for all the latecomers.
There were a few.
So earlier I was talking about a couple of things. So one of the things I mentioned was I was on a podcast today. It'll broadcast tonight called Disaffected.
Check them out.
Yeah, check them out. I did get my book from Viva. Oh, don't worry, he's not waiting. I got my book from Viva signed. So that was very cool. Viva and his wife sent us some nice books. And then, you want some more? Yeah. Want some more? And then I spoke about us, our setting up of our property, etc. So because we on the frontage road of the highway, we need permits from TxDOT, which is the Texas Department of Transportation. You want some more? Which is the Texas Department of Transportation. So we are waiting for permits from them. We've pretty much got our parking set up, ready to go on the 5th of March. So hopefully we have our permits in place before that. And then my major problem that I was dealing with this week, which you wouldn't think is a problem, but it turned out it was, is that good? It turns out it was a lot more effort than I actually thought it would be, is getting a building, or a couple of buildings, so we can set up what we need to do. So we opted for temporary buildings. Why you spit it out? I think someone's tired now. So I found numerous buildings, and it is interesting how hard it is to actually move the buildings. So you find a guy and he's like a building mover, and you're like, all right, no problem. Can we move the building? And then you send him pictures. He's like, well, yeah, I don't move those buildings. You need like a bigger building mover to move those buildings. So it was a pretty interesting experience. But we found Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, I found us 3 buildings that would cover. Give me 1 second. Esme, go sit over there right now. No. We are on the camera. You go sit back there now. Okay, thank you. Sorry, my youngest daughter, sometimes, the ears are not functioning very well.
Pretty typical for a 5-year-old.
Oh, man. So we found 3 buildings at 5 o'clock, or at 4 o'clock Friday afternoon. I found 3 buildings that will cover our space requirements. So we are very happy about that, and they are close enough to where we can actually practically get these things onto our property. So progress of a kind. And then, we're also trying to fix up our house so we can sell it. So twice this week I had to meet people out there, and instead of me making biltong and just selling biltong and you guys buying biltong, I had to do all these other things.
We do that and make biltong.
Yeah. So and I was saying, the locomotive that is the expenses is just eating our cash right now. So buy biltong, please. So yeah, But I think that's pretty much that. Man, the steak is very good. I'm going to definitely chop me a nice thick one off there and devour that thing with the speed of white lightning. Any last questions? And hit the thumbs up. I'm sure if Nero's in, he's like,
He
hit
has,
the thumbs
he
up,
has reminded,
peeps.
and Raw XP popped in as well as Jacob Castro.
Okay, hey Jacob. So yeah, we got a tired boy, and we got a thirsty girl, and we got a nonsense and another nonsense, and so yeah, I think we're gonna slowly finish up. Thank you very much for everybody that was in. Some of you guys missed this thing. Man, those flames were like this, but we got it cooked and it's pretty good. So pro tip: if you can get your hands on a sous vide, these things are just awesome when you cook them in a sous vide. You can take it a little further. I prefer to have it a little more on the kind of medium side. So you can take it to 130 if you want, and then you have to do less on the outside. But I highly suggest you either finish it off on a fire or you finish it off in a pan with butter, and you can add some garlic and shit like that. But I like the fire. So till next time, yeah, like, subscribe, share, do all those good things, and remember Disaffected tonight. Check it out. I was on there. It was actually pretty good. And then I will see you guys next week.